Hey guys, so my current location is the navigation bridge. This is known as the command center of every ship. It's also known as the brain of the ship. If you haven't heard of a bridge before, well, it's the ship's version of a cockpit. In this video, I'm going to take you around the bridge and I'm going to show you all the equipments inside the bridge and give you a little bit of a demo of what navigation is like. Hopefully you like this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up and definitely subscribe for more content. I'm going to have more ship tours coming up in the near future, and let's go check out the bridge now. So the bridge mainly consists of three main consoles. One on the starboard side, which is the right side, a central console, and one on the far end of the port side, which you can't see at the moment. This is the conning position, the exact location where the captain, the duty officer, or either one of them keep a complete 360 view and command and maneuver the vessel. This is the port console that I told you about. The port and starboard consoles are basically identical. They're miniature versions of the central console, mainly used for docking by the captain and the harbour pilot when approaching a jetty, so that you can get better accuracy while maneuvering a vessel and bringing her alongside. This is the most important part of the bridge. We have a couple of snacks here. We have sugar, tea, and my favorite coffee. This is the pantry. It makes it really hard to work if there's no coffee. From here, let's head to the forward part of the bridge. This is the heater. It basically keeps the area warm during cold conditions. Spare binoculars, an ashtray for smokers, a complete view of the entire ship with additional binoculars at all times to maintain a proper lookout, a specialized table that can be used by the harbour pilot to put his laptop in his gear, a signaling lamp, fire extinguishers meant to protect us in case of any fires on the bridge. We have one CO2 and one dry powder, depending on what kind of fire takes place. From here, let's head to the after part of the bridge. These are spare radios, which are basically meant to be carried when you abandon ship. The bridge chart table. This is the cargo console, where you can see the status of every cargo tank on board your ship with a few clicks of a button. Electronic navigation charts. This is the course recorder, which basically keeps track of our ship's heading and the UTC time, which is actually GMT. Navtex receiver, which basically gives you navigational warnings from local coast stations. Now let's look at the port console. We have our thrusters, a steering system, radio VHF, engine, gyro compass, PA system, and gyro compass stand, basically used to take bearings of various celestial objects and other ships. The port and starboard consoles are basically miniature systems of the central console system on the bridge, and they only use for docking and undocking, which is why looking at one of them means you've seen both. Next, we're going to look at the steering stand. We have the gyro at the center, the rate of turn indicator, an external compass device, and an entire view of the ship and the conning area from the steering stand. What you're looking at now is the GPS, the central console system. This is the speed log that measures distance and the speed through the water. Very high frequency radios, which are used for communication. A radar, which with our own ship's position as well as speed that the ship is doing. A sound powered telephone, which is for internal communication in case of an emergency. We have our steering systems and our PA systems, steering system interface, steering motors that you're looking at that you can switch on and switch off, the PA microphone system, a bow thruster, which is basically used for bringing the ship into position while docking and undocking, and an engine telegraph. Furthermore, we have a conning display which shows you all the ship's current parameters when we're in dynamic motion. We have another radar, which is the second radar, a second VHF, that's a radio, an automatic identification system known as AIS, which helps you track targets, electronic navigation chart, followed by our logbooks. We then have a navigation light panel, which is required to illuminate the ship at night so other ships can see us. Various lights that are put on the masts for indication in port. We have our deck alarms. We also have a firefighting system, which basically gives you your information about where the alarms are. Now up there we have a number of important equipment. We have the ship's clock, we have a repeater for the speed log and the depth recorder showing the underwater depth. We have engine parameters and the ship's course. The bridge that I'm currently working on is designed in such a way that it has a 360 view of everything that's happening around it at all times, which enhances the watchkeeper's ability to keep track of what's going on. Stock communication. We have the SAT-C, a mega and high frequency radio, and a SAT-B. Put all this together and it makes the global maritime distress safety system which we have on board our ship. While we do have electronic publications as well as charts, we are provided with an entire library of technical publications to help us maintain international regulation. This is the crow's nest, where we keep national as well as signaling flags. We have curtains all around the bridge, covering the conning position and all the consoles ahead. These curtains basically help enhance the navigator's view at night and prevent any glare from the background computers coming onto the windows, hence enabling the navigator to look outside and keep a proper lookout at all times. Visibility is of extreme importance to every navigator, which is why we have anti-glare films on every window. Hey guys, so now that you've seen the internals of the bridge, including the central console and the consoles on either side which we use for docking, you've also seen the communication equipment which is right behind me. I'm going to take you outside the bridge and give you a little bit of a tour of what we have around there, and we have the compass deck on top which I'm going to show you as well. Come on, let's go check it out. This is an EPIRB, which is a position indicating radio beacon which is used to transmit the ship's position during an emergency so that search and rescue operations can take place. This is a man overboard lifebuoy. We have one on either side of the bridge, and they're held in this casing. This is the first point of action in case anyone falls overboard. The duty officer is supposed to release this through the release mechanism, and each lifebuoy, which is meant for man overboard on the bridge wings, has a self-igniting light attached with it, which helps enable the duty officer and the bridge team to find out where the person had fallen last. We have fire hoses and fire hydrants located at various locations inside and outside the accommodation. This is the funnel deck, which also serves the purpose as a makeshift basketball court. Second man overboard buoy on the port side with a self-igniting light. It's a multi-purpose searchlight. What you're looking at are flags on standby for when we are entering port. The ropes that they're attached to are basically known as halyards, which basically help raise and lower the flags when we're entering any particular port. On the compass deck, we have a battery charging room which provides emergency power to all nav equipments inside the bridge. We have our radar scanners and the additional lights that I told you about, which are placed on the mast. And then we have our antennas for all our navigation systems, the GPS system, communication systems, all located in one particular zone. Next, we see the magnetic compass, which is located right along the center line of the ship. Oh yeah, let's not forget about that amazing view. Hey guys, so one thing we need to know is that just like any other form of technology, ships have evolved over time. The navigation bridge has become a lot more sophisticated than what it used to be. You can see that from the size of our steering wheel. It's not the gigantic wheel that we used to have in the past. Another thing that you need to know is that we have radars now for collision avoidance. We have GPS for automatic position tracking. We have electronic charts. We have weather reports coming in from the shore teams. So basically there's a lot of sophistication and a lot of added tools in the merchant navy, on cargo ships, on passenger ships. But what you need to remember most importantly is that the human interface is extremely important. At the end of the day, what you do with these tools is what makes the ship safe. It's the navigator's decision, it's your decision. That's what everyone needs to remember, and I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed looking at the bridge and around the bridge, and I'm going to keep you posted with more videos in the future, so stay tuned. See you in the next one.